Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maggie Marsh, and I am going to start a YouTube channel. So I have never done this before. I don't know what it's all about, but I absolutely love throwing ceramics and pottery, and I just thought, well, why don't I share that a little bit with the world? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe nobody will be interested. It's fine. On my days when I get the opportunity, I like to come down into my studio and piddle. Aside from spending some time with Jesus, this and my family, of course, this is absolutely kind of my resting place, if you will. So my New Year's resolutions was to try to be a little bit more social and really try to get things going. This is what we're going to be doing today. So I absolutely love hearts. Hearts are probably one of my favorite things out there. And I've had this vision to do these mugs for quite a bit, but just haven't gotten around to doing them. So I already put the stencil on, and ideally what we're going to do, I have 6 of these. We're going to paint these hearts in individual colors, and then I'll actually take the glaze. It's a big drippy glaze. I use Honey Flux and a couple of other brands on this, but we'll take this glaze, and then whenever I fire it, it will drip down over top of the hearts and just create a really, really cool effect. I have, over the holidays, I started to get ads for kiwi underglazes. I was really, really excited to try them out because they apparently stay true to color up until cone 6. I've never actually confirmed that. While everybody says, hey, test your stuff out before you spend too much time on it, I don't really have time for that. I mean, again, I'm a working mom, so whenever I get an idea, I just kind of go for it. But this is the color palette. I took some of the earnings I had from last year's sales, etc., and I went ahead and I got the full color palette. So really excited about that. I'm even wearing my new apron that they gave us just for buying with them. And today I'm going to be doing the rosy pink here, the Christmas red. We're going to be doing the saffron orange, the lilac purple, and the royal purple. And we're going to do those in a fashion. Those are some of my favorite colors. I think they'll turn out really, really well. And we'll just apply that. So I'll kind of do a show and tell of how I'm applying that and get that done. I've got 6 mugs to do that to first, and then once those dry and I kind of learn a little bit about this new underglaze, then we'll go ahead and glaze the top of the pot and the inside of the pot as well, because what you want to make sure of is, since I'm going to be leaving this bottom part here kind of as a bare naked clay, we have to make sure the inside is glazed, so that way it is still food friendly, if you will. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to set up everything so you guys can kind of see as I work. And I'll probably talk a little bit during the video, but for the most part, I'll put it on high speed. I think I'll learn all the terminology at some point, and go from there. I have my glazes out. I have my brushes. I'm going to be kind of trying to figure out this pattern. I want to really try to make sure none of the other colors are kind of next to each other. I don't double up colors. So really that's what I'm going to be focused on here to start, and making sure that that's right. And then also, I know you can see that right there, but just know that'll be glazed over, so you're not really going to see that. We are going to start, I think, right here in the center, and then go down and kind of come back up and repeat that pattern over and over again. So. If maybe I go all the way around the top and come back around, might probably do the same thing. I don't know, but it's not going to look exactly how I wanted. It's all going to kind of repeat, isn't it? Boo. All right, well, let me think about this here. All right, I'm back, and I went ahead and I cleaned a little bit around here. I noticed I had a little bit of dog hair, and that's kind of what happens when you have pups like we do. So I wanted to go ahead and clean up to make sure I didn't get any little dog hairs kind of stuck in what I was doing. I also got a tray for these paintbrushes because they kind of kept rolling forward on my table here and running into each other, and I don't want the colors to mix. So we're going to start this over again. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the top, and yeah, it's just going to have to be kind of haphazard, but I'm cool with that. We're going to roll with it, and we're going to see how far we get with trying to make it a little bit more haphazard. So we'll figure it out along the way, and we'll get to a place where we're pretty comfortable with what we're doing. The one thing I love is just incorporating tons of color, like bright, wonderful colors, and you kind of struggle with that a little bit in the pottery world. Like, not too many people are doing these bright, crazy colors, you know, and really making things vibrant. And I mean, I think we're starting to now that these new colors are available to us. But you know, back whenever I was in college and really learning about pottery and how to do it, you didn't really have that option. You weren't able to, you know, just kind of go all out. I mean, it was a lot of browns, a lot of blues. Blues were really popular, and blues are great. I mean, all these colors are great, but the reality is that you kind of just get stuck, and you want to do something different, and it's hard sometimes to do the different. I think one of the other things to point out is just the fact that I'm going to have to do 3 coats of these. So I'll do a lot of this off camera, but I just kind of wanted to show you all what I'm getting into and what I'm doing here. And yeah, we'll put all this together off camera and make sure that we got something cool to show you at the end when we take off all of these little stencil tapes. Also, second coat, really hard to apply because they all kind of dry the same color. So next time around, I may mark them with like what they are with just an initial or something like that, so it's easier to tell, because that was very, very painful, especially when they're wet. Like the red looks a lot like the pink when it's wet. Purple looks a lot like the dark purple. So we're gonna let it super dry again, and then we'll apply the third coat, and then I will go ahead and I will peel that off. All right, so I got all this on, and ideally you want to start peeling before it dries out too much, because then it just can kind of like chip off. So we're gonna start, see how it's chipping off. It's the last thing we want. Oh, we're gonna have to try this again. Boo. All right, well, we gave it a good old college try. And now we got all these little chippies. But for the ones that are kind of working out, it looks cool. Boo. So this is how this one turned out. I think, see how I have all these chips in there? Some of them are okay, some of them aren't. So, all right, as you can see, I brought some new colors into the mix. Really just didn't think I could do it. So we're trying out this turquoise blue and this royal blue. This one, I'm gonna try to make it a lot more not as thick on top, and see if that, like, kind of wiping it away and making sure I still have the layers on there will do it. So I'm gonna go through this. I think I'm only gonna do like 1 row of this just to test it, and maybe 2, like just to kind of test this area here. And then if that works, then we will continue on. I just don't want to waste my time or have to recut these out if this doesn't work. All right, let's try it out. Oh yeah. Oh dang. Still not foolproof, but much better. And then I went ahead and I did this one too, mostly because it was kind of on top of that, so I did that one too. So we'll go ahead and put the third coat of that on. What I'm learning is you just have to make sure your lines are real clean. And if your lines are really clean, then it should come off okay. It's too much. So you almost like don't want any of the thick parts to kind of touch the edges of your seam. Really want to flatten that out. And we got a little bit of a blue speck in there. So as you can tell, I got a lot of little specks in there from the last mug just kind of peeling away. But hopefully as I get better at this will be a non-issue. Alright, we're good there. Good there. Almost good there. We're getting there, guys. Those look a lot better, don't you think? I think so. So we'll keep up with this and keep going. Alright, I just want to show, I just did these two only. And as you can see, like those look pretty good. So I think there's something to this. Like you just really can't let the lines overlap. You can't glob it on. So the other thing about this is bisqueware. Like I've already fired it once. So I don't know if that would be a different result if I was just in like a greenware state. And greenware just means like it's still pretty pliable, and you know this has already been fired. So then the next step is to put the glaze on, which is kind of what I'm doing now and what I'm used to. But you know, this is again new underglaze for me, so just kind of learning the methods and so on and so forth. I'm still really excited about the brightness of these colors, so I think I'm just going to be very careful and maybe just do 1 or 2 rows at a time. And then if I do that, I should be able to make my way around and hopefully, you know, get these hearts to look like hearts, because that is the goal, is I want them to look like hearts. I don't want them to look, you know, kind of like broken hearts or whatever. Also going to push down on these really well. They've been kind of in our cold basement for a couple days, so I can imagine that they're kind of peeling up. But we are going to get going on this again, and as you can tell, like those hearts are looking pretty good. So again, we're gonna go for it. So we're back at it. So that's where we're left off at. Again, all these little lines I'm going to clean up. It won't take me that long. Like for instance, I can just kind of go like this. I'm hopeful. Wipe it away. But if that doesn't work, don't worry. Have no fear. Maggie has other options that are near. Looks like that's not gonna work. Oh, kiwi glazes. I must learn you. I must learn your ways. That, oh, you're not focusing. Sorry. First timer. Oh no. Are you guys seeing this? This is just ridiculous. It's just popping off. Well, listen, makers of kiwi, I'm really excited about your bright colors, but this is frustrating. Why are you gonna pop that off? Like, I understand. I mean, this is a frustrating thing here. It's getting worse. And we'll come back to you. Look, they're all like peeling up. I wonder if this isn't gonna work. Oh, I'm so bummed if this isn't gonna work. Like, what's happening? What is happening? I think I need to do more research. These are these mugs after I redid the glazes. I will say that in just a few instances, there's still a little bit of what I would call like a plucking, where the underglaze is lifting up, and clearly I have quite a bit of cleanup to do, but you know, I think we're gonna go for it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this pink one, it's like right here. That one is plucking still. So I don't know. I mean, maybe this isn't, you know, the best underglaze for bisque. I'm not really quite sure. All these pieces were fired to cone 04, you know, and it could be compatibility with the clay as well. I wouldn't imagine so. I mean, this clay has worked well with anything that I've ever done. So, you know, not quite sure, but we are probably going to clean this up. Like all these little stains here that you can see around that red heart. I'm going to clean all that up, get all that cleaned up, and then apply the overcoat and, you know, give it a fire. Just see what happens. You know, if those plug off, then we learned our lesson, and you know, just go after it again and, you know, figure it out. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And then here's the other one that's a little bit more cleaned up. So also just to note, like, you can tell that this is kind of yellowed out. That'll like completely go away in the kiln. So I'm not worried about the yellowing there. What I am worried is, are these going to stay? Like, look, there's one that fell off already. Or are they going to pluck off? So concerned, but still going to move forward and pray that they lay down in the kiln. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so next step, I went ahead and I got these all cleaned up, pretty clean. Pretty excited about that. So now is going to be going ahead and putting on that flowy glaze that's going to let those drips come down this mug and kind of overlap over top of the hearts. So I'm only going to do these two. The ones I kind of already started. So, and then we'll go ahead and I'll put the drippy glaze over top, and then some other color glazes, and I'll get into that and what they are. First, we're going to start with Amco's Honey Flux. I put mine in these clear bins. I got these on Amazon. Absolutely love these because they're clear. And ultimately what it does is it just helps me to see the glaze. Very excited to get this going. So as you can see there's like a film on top. So first things first, we gotta mix this puppy up. So as you can see, I took quite a bit of time to stir that. That's super important. You can't not stir your glazes. Your glazes need to be like uber stirred. And most of the reason for that is because this is all little tiny particles of different minerals and that kind of thing. And if you just let it sit and simmer, then that's where you kind of get cracking. That's where you get a lot of things. So, you know, a lot of times you're going to see me spend a lot of time kind of scraping down those sides, getting everything kind of back incorporated in the middle. And once I feel really good about it, then we'll dip in. Also, these are my favorite brushes. These are absolutely wonderful for glazing. They just kind of lay the glaze on, which is what I'll show you. You know, so I think I mentioned it before, but I bought these to kind of dip the glaze in some cases, but this one doesn't do so well whenever you dip it. It's not really a dipping glaze, it's more of a paint on glaze. So we're going to apply 3 generous coats. So just kind of layering it in there. And, you know, you don't have to spend a ton of time, you know, making it look good, because again, it's glaze. It's gonna kind of fuse in the kiln, fuse to the pot, and then do its magic. So just getting the inside done first. I was taught in college to always glaze the inside of your mugs first, because the water is going to seep through and kind of seep out. So you want the inside done first, and then if you do the inside first, you go back and you do the outside. Unless you're dipping it. Now, if you're dipping it, both of them are getting exposed to the water at the same time, so it kind of disperses evenly. But if you're not, then that water is already pulling into this bisqueware here and kind of pulling out of the thing. So this will dry pretty quickly, and we'll be able to go ahead and apply a second coat. From the second coat to the third coat is where we really see a difference in dry time. So I also, whenever I do this, because this is a mug that I'm not going to go all the way down on, I'm going to go ahead and, now that I've glazed the inside, I'm going to go ahead and glaze that outside. So I'll show you all kind of the method here, but it's very gently, very thick. So I am not adding a lot of pressure to this because I don't want to pull up those hearts that we have underneath. I want those hearts to be just kind of there. So I'm kind of waving this on, I'm letting it be thick. I'm doing that because I want this to drip like crazy. I want it to drip down the sides of the mug and all that good jazz. So I'm doing that. Also, I'm hitting this top now that I've got the inside done. You want to kind of be a little bit more generous on the top. I mean, that's where people drink, so you definitely don't want any sharp edges to come from that. You can also just kind of create these little drip spots, yourself. But for now, I'm just kind of creating this wavy line. And I always like to kind of go out onto the handle too and down under here. I like a good glazed handle, but I'm not going to go all the way down. So what I mean by that is, like, when you hold this mug in your hand after it's done, it'll feel nice and smooth where your finger kind of rests underneath that handle, but the rest of the bottom will be pretty much unglazed. And I've had it actually, these really cool drip spots that just like go down the handle, and they look really neat too. So So for some reason, I have really, really enjoyed layering on these Western ceramic colors on top of the Amico Honey Flux. For whatever reason, it just works. Creates those vibrant colors I was telling you about. So this is one of my favorites. It's pumpkin gloss. And I'll show you how I apply it after these dry. So that's pumpkin gloss for that. So we'll be using that. The rose gloss is really nice too. Gives me a nice pink. And then we also have this ultra turquoise that I really like as well. So we're going to use that on the one that has the turquoise. That's this one right here. It has the turquoise and it also has the blue. And so I pulled out the cobalt blue gloss as well. So we're going to use those. And we're going to put on various different layers of these colors. Really excited about them. I'm going to use these two again just to kind of bring things in. But the goal is that we're going to get quite a few colors going on in here. Now this is the one through. Sorry, I keep changing. All right, look at the inside. Look at the inside. Sorry. I know they look so fun on the bottom, but don't worry about it. Sorry, the clay itself. Look at those hearts underneath there. That's a cool little effect. I still think I want to try to keep it closer up to the top. I don't know, but I mean, we have success. The hearts stayed on. I'm gonna just make sure they don't feel like they pop off. Gotta clean up the bottoms real well. So I'm gonna be doing that, and I'll kind of show you. We're gonna take all of this extra off. You don't need any of this extra on there. It makes the pot look gross, and then all those little things will just keep moisture. I mean, and it's sharp. I mean, nobody wants a mug like that. So we'll get all that off. And again, you know, these were trial and error mugs. I think next time around, we are certainly not going to be putting that thick of honey flux on there just because of how bad it ran. We'll try to loosen that or lessen that a little bit. And I think that'll help in a couple ways. May also reduce the hold as well. I did a 5-minute hold on the kiln. You know, we may just do no hold, and that'll help to make sure that it doesn't just continue to drip and drip and drip. You know, it's also possible with that element that it's firing a little hot. So yeah, there's just any number of reasons why it would have dripped as far as it did. But you know, all in all, I'm pretty happy with the color quality on those kiwi glazes, underglazes. Now we just got to clean up these mugs and get them ready. These are diamond core grinding shelves. Start on the green, mostly because it's some pretty thick stuff, right? I've also got my safety glasses on. The last thing you want is a piece of this stuff in your eye. So I am going to just basically chunk away at this and really try to make sure that we don't have anything kind of hanging over. Okay, now all of that is gone, but this is relatively pretty sharp. So the next step is we're going to replace this one. We're going to put on a really thin one, which is the red one. Now, I've had this red one for longer than I've had any of them. I got this one first because I just wanted to kind of do fine tuning to start. And so it is pretty much bare. But I think that with what I'm just trying to do here, which is soften up this sharp edge, we should be okay. So, but yeah, I mean, I've just used this one heftily. And that just softened up that edge, just like that. So yeah, I'm gonna call this mug done. Now again, we lost some hearts here on this side. Some of these hearts definitely popped off. Some of them kind of came through the glaze. And then this on the bottom is from that advancer. So I really think that the next time that I do this, I am gonna put the stilt, which is one of these. As you can tell, I have plenty of broken ones. I'll put the stilt on the bottom of this and then the cookie underneath of it. I just think that's obviously the way to go. I wouldn't have gotten this if I didn't do that way. And I wouldn't have had to shave all of this down. It would have all just kind of come off the end in drips. And I think that is the way to go. But again, that's what it's all about. You trial things out, you try it out, and then you get a pretty piece. Now, the other thing I'll say is that, I probably said it in the beginning, but this is Kentucky Iceman clay. It was from my reclaim bucket. And additionally, what was in my reclaim bucket was the dragon fruit clay. And dragon fruit has all these tiny little speckles in it. And so that's where those speckles are coming from. Please don't think those speckles are coming from my Kentucky Mud Works Iceman clay that I use. It is Iceman, but there's definitely some speckles and some dragon fruit kind of mixed into there since it came from the reclaim. But overall, pretty happy with the first one. I mean, it is the first one. So yeah, I think it'll be good. So I'll make a drink out of that for sure. All right, we're gonna do number 2. All right, well, wow, disappointing. I mean, look at that, look at that. I clearly don't know how to use these underglazes. We didn't really accomplish it this time around. That's all right. We're gonna try it again. This one, they're not much better, I think. I think I'm much happier with this one with the hearts. They're definitely on, at least for now. But look, we got some full. Oh, me oh my. I still gotta clean this up. There you go. Clean that off, made that nice and flat. So, oh my. Just another day in the world of pottery. So disappointed in those little hearts. We are gonna have to try this again on a piece that has not been bisque fired and see if we get some better results from these little guys. But for now, we take what we get and we don't throw a fit. That's what my toddler would say. Ultimately, we learned what we learned today. We learned that you probably should make sure that you do not put the mug directly on an advancer shelf when you want to do this drippy thing like that, and you've got the bottom exposed. When you are doing it more like full-on coverage, probably okay, but just learn that. We also learned that these little hearts, God love them, they just don't want to stay on, which taught us a little bit about the kiwi glaze, underglazes, that maybe they truly should be underglazes and not be used for overglaze. So we learned that. We also learned that using the advancer shelves, if your pot's a little dip, then you can certainly take off the glaze on your bottom. So we have learned quite a bit, but that is part of this, and this is why I want to do this channel, is to do this kind of stuff. I think everybody can show you an amazing finished product, but every now and then it's going to take a couple tries to get there. For instance, this one might take me a couple. I've got a couple more mugs, to be quite honest with you. Probably going to go back to the Amico underglazes and give them a try. I know that those will work because I've used them before, and they fuse really well into the clay. So probably going to end up going back to those for the remaining 4 of these that I have. So just a friendly reminder, this is where we started. And yeah, so we'll probably end up doing that unless anybody from Kiwi Glaze is out there and watching this video, and you can tell me what I did wrong, because I'm not quite sure. I tried a thick application and everything popped off, which is this mug. And then I tried a super thin application and everything stuck on better, but started to kind of pop off at the end and chip away. So any advice there to get it to not chip on bisque, would love it. Like I said, newbie, couldn't tell you. So that's where we're at, and that's what we've learned. So that was a good 2-week-long adventure, but we are much smarter because of what we've gone through together. So I appreciate you guys coming along. Now I gotta figure out how to edit this video, put it all together.